What's up, everybody? This is Cootie Games here. We got some Evolve gameplay. We are on Fusion Plant, and I am playing support, and I am Bucket. I'm usually Trapper, so excuse me. So, a couple days ago, Evolve, or 2K, or whatever you want to say, has announced that there will be 4 new characters and 1 new monster. Everyone knew this was coming, but the characters were actually finally revealed a few days ago. Alright, so I'm going to cover all these monsters, or all these hunters, and I'm going to cover the monster. So, yeah, let's get started with this coverage here. The first character we got is the Assault class. His name is Torvald. He's a survivor, and he was nearly torn to pieces. That explains why he is half human. So he is a cyborg. And you see those 2 big cannons on his back? Yeah, those are back-mounted mortar cannons. Those will deal some damage long range, and you can use them close range, but they're pretty good splash damage for long range. He's got shrapnel grenades. Those replace like all the other grenades, obviously, like the mines and everything. Those obviously shoot shrapnel around. And he's got the auto-fire shotgun, which is strikingly similar to Parnell with his shotgun, minus the super soldier, obviously. But yeah, Torvald looks like he's going to be a pretty heavy damage assault guy because he's got the shotgun close range and the mortars for long range, which might not be perfectly accurate, but I got a feeling they're going to do some heavy, real heavy splash damage. And he's got the shrapnel grenade for close range, obviously, so that's pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited for Torvald, excuse me. I don't play assault that much, but I still think Torvald's going to be sweet because I mean, it just sounds cool. Sounds awesome. Be able to, with those back-mounted cannons, you can get a good long-range shot on him. I think that's going to help a lot with while he's running away and everything. I think that'd be really sick. Alright, so let's move on to the next one, which is Crow, the Trapper. I'm super excited for Crow because I play as a Trapper a lot, and he sounds awesome. He sounds like he'll be the best Trapper out of all of them. I really like Griffin, so hopefully he's better than Griffin. He's a retired hunter and soldier. He moved to Unsettled Sheer just to be left alone. But then the monsters came and ruined his happiness and peace, so that ticked him right off. And I don't blame him. That ticked me off too. He's got a pet, as you see on his arm right there, that cute, psych, not cute at all, bat tray named Gobi, which I think is a pretty mean sounding name if you ask me. Gobi sounds awesome. He flies ahead. He reminds me of Bucket, the Bucket throws his head for a UAV. Gobi flies ahead to scout and spot the monster. It reminds me a lot of Bucket's UAV thing. So I think if you have Bucket and Crow, the monster can't hide for long. I think that's going to be awesome. His gun, he has a stasis gun, which is obviously for slowing people down, or the monsters down. He has 2 firing modes for that. The rapid fire and the brief, slow fire. The rapid fire, it'll slow him down for a longer period of time, but it won't slow him down as much. Whereas the brief slow fire is just one big blast, and it'll force them to crawl. That's the the charge shot. That's what the brief slow is kind of. It's a charge shot, and that makes the monster crawl. So that's gonna be sick. And then he's got the kinetic long rifle for his damage dealer, which has another firing mode. It's got rapid, so it's got more DPS, damage per second. He'll do some pretty dang good damage per second, I'd have to assume. And it's got the charge shot, which reminds me of Cabot's railgun. And that shoots straight through the shield and hits health if it's charged. And that's obviously a big factor because health does not recharge, as we know. So I think that's going to deal some heavy damage to the monster if you can hit that more than one time. So let's move on to the next one. That's Slim. He's the medic. Slim right now I feel is a fan favorite because just look at him. How could you not be a fan of that? I mean, just look at him. He doesn't give 2 craps about anything. He's got a cigarette in his mouth, and he's just like, what up? Alright. So that's Slim. He's the medic. Tier 4 medic. He's a forgotten soldier in a forgotten war. Sad story. He's a genetically modified DNA. Makes him bug-like, obviously. He's got a leech gun, which takes strength from the monster and feels his his healing burst. Excuse me. Healing burst obviously is the one that heals around the area, and believe it or not, his healing burst is the largest. His radius is larger than all the other healers. That's awesome, cause I kind of don't like how small it is in the other healers, because you can't heal a big area. You can only heal yourself and anyone standing within like 3 feet of you. And I think that's a little weak. So Slim, I think, is gonna be awesome. That like feels his reload, the leech gun, because leeching, obviously, taking, yeah. So he has healing drones too, which I would assume are those little tiny bugs, little fly-looking things right there. He's looking at. Those healing drones help heal teammates. I believe when the when the teammates get shot or damaged whatsoever, then the healing drones will leave, and they'll leave the hunter alone, and they won't heal them anymore. So they'll only heal hunters that aren't being hit. So I'd assume that's like after the monster runs away, that they'll heal all the hunters, and I think that's gonna help a lot for like in between. And that might be a little bit overpowered, but we'll see. He has a spore cloud launcher mask, and that like hides the hunter's smell, which makes him invisible from the monster's smell, which I think is awesome. So that allows you to get up in there like real close to the battle without having the monster see you. You can sneak up on him better, and obviously he won't be able to see you through his smell, and I know they rely on that, looking through walls and stuff. So if he can't see you through that, then you're going to be able to sneak up on him, and he is not going to be able to see you very often, and that is awesome. Because now you're just going to be able to see him. He's going to waltz out right in front of you, and you're just going to be able to smack him around like a rag doll. So I think that's going to help. I think Slim's going to be a sweet addition to the medic crew. I think he's going to be a sweet addition to all the hunters. So let's move on to the next one, which is Sunny, and she is the support. Look at Sunny. She just looks mean. Alright, Sunny's going to be pretty sweet. I think she's going to be really powerful. Because obviously, a woman with tattoos in her arms like that is going to be pretty powerful. Let's be honest. Alright, so Sunny is the support class, tier 4. She goes back with Abe and Parnell back in the old days. She's an ace pilot, so she knows how to fly, and that's pretty obvious. Maybe she's Amelia Earhart. We don't know. We will never know. But that'd be sweet. Alright, she's got shield drones, kind of like Slim's healing drones, which target teammates, and they shield teammates, and they just take the shots from the monster and protect the teammate. What troopers. That's awesome. Yeah, that's going to help the healers out tremendously. I think that's going to go hand in hand with the healing bots, which that'll be awesome. It's going to be really cool. I think she's really unique for the support class, because nothing offers what she does, really. She's just really unique. She's got a jetpack booster, which lets all the teammates around her fly farther and faster and use less fuel. Bam, bam, bam. Triple attack right there. That's awesome. Because I know my jetpack runs out quick. I know everyone else's jetpack runs out quick. And we'd all kill for a faster jetpack. And we'd all kill for a jetpack that lasts longer. Try saying that 5 times fast. Alright. That'll help with everything. Escaping, fighting, anything you can name, that's going to help with, because you're going to be able to evade the monster, you're going to be able to fight the monster a lot easier. You're going to be able to do everything easier with that. I think that's going to be the best part of Sunny, is all the jetpack stuff. That's awesome. And last but not least, to her arsenal, she has that bad boy in her hands right there. That is a mini nuke grenade launcher. That'll deal some mean damage. Alright. That one mini nuke that she launches out of that thing does more damage of any gun in the game. So that thing's going to deal some mean damage. And I think that's going to be a problem for a lot of people that play as the monster. Because that thing is going to deal heavy, real heavy damage. And I think that's going to be awesome. Because Stage 3 monster... Stage 3 new monster, especially, you'll see that in a little bit. It's a little ridiculous. And if that cuts through that, they're in trouble. I think that's awesome that it shoots, that it does that much damage. I mean, honestly, that's really cool. Because if it does that much damage, a stage 3, they're not going to feel safe. Because I know when I play as a monster on stage 3, I feel like I can waltz in anywhere and tear everything up without one issue. And with this, I'm going to be a little bit intimidated. Let's be honest, that'd be sketchy. Going in there and seeing a mini nuke flying at you. I don't want to see it. Yeah, but that's all for Sunny. Now let's check out the number 5 new addition to this game. Last but not least, that is the new monster. The biggest monster will be the biggest monster, the Behemoth. This big boy is the Behemoth. This thing is huge. Quote unquote, this is the biggest monster in Evolve, and it will be the biggest monster ever in Evolve. Yeah, that's big. They literally made it as big as they could make it. This thing is a monster, literally. Both ways. Alright. Let's check out this thing's abilities. It can summon walls, self-shield, and throw magma. Sound deadly enough already? I'm excited for this. The only bad thing is it's not going to be included in the season pass. It's going to be an extra $15. Unless you pre-ordered with the extra monster edition, then you get it for free, which is awesome. But I didn't, so that's great. Alright. So, the Behemoth, the only downfall is he cannot jump. He cannot roll. But I don't think he really cares. He climbs pretty slow, too, which isn't very good. Because I feel like once you get him, he can't escape very much. I think they made it that way so it's fair. That he cannot escape. You got to catch him, and when you catch him, it is not hard to trap him. But the hard part is taking him down because he has the most health and the most armor of any monster in Evolve. Yeah, that's crazy. Because I know that all the other monsters, they have a lot of health too. And a lot of shield. Especially the Goliath. Just imagine that, but with more. That's insane. That's crazy. He deals massive, bold that, massive damage. Like crazy amounts of damage. And that's pretty obvious for something that big. Because, honestly, that's big. And he's got lava bombs which burn area after you throw them. And they hurt the hunters. They've got a rock wall. That's obvious. It's a rock wall. It's 29 meters high. It takes a full jetpack fuel to get over top of it. It's going to be good for trapping hunters. It's got the tongue grab, which reaches 43 meters. 43 meters and grabs hunters. The fissure, which fractures earth around it and breaks earth around it, which is awesome too. I think that's going to be insane to take down. Like crazy. I'm really excited for that. I think it's going to be really hard to take down. I think it's going to be really fun to take down. But I think it's going to be pretty sweet. It's going to be, they said once it reaches stage 3, it's going to be nearly impossible. So that's great to hear. So it's going to be nearly impossible to kill once you get stage 3. So that's, you better get it before I get stage 2 and 1, or before I get stage 3, which I think is possible because they said it's slow. So I think that's an advantage, like a big advantage. So we're going to be able to trap it really quick. That's going to be awesome. And there's also 2 new maps added to the game. And everybody gets them for free. I think that's awesome. So let's check them out. The first map is Broken Hill Mine. It's broken into 3 areas. The Rock Quarry, the Venom Hound Nest, the Conveyor Belt. And it's got hidden destructible entryways for the monster to take shortcuts and deceive the hunters. The second map is called the Broken Hill Foundry. The Broken Hill Foundry is an industrial area with a lot of open areas and low ceilings. It's a good mix of them both. The warehouse alone has 3 levels, which is big. And it's got streets, rooftops. There's different paths that take you down both of them. And there's crates of boron that monster can feed on, but it's really loud and makes a lot of noise. Alright, that's all I got for you guys. Hope you like the new Evolve characters. If you liked the video, comment, rate, subscribe. See you guys later.